Hey everybody, it's me Richard with Nightmares Anyone. Today it is Friday, September 8th, I believe, or the 9th. I don't even know why I try to get the date right. Oh, Kitty's crying at the door. So, before I do these two books, this one and that one, yes, Benny Rose, The Cannibal King. I have read this one, which is only 154 pages, and I listened to Benny Rose, The Cannibal King last night. It only took me 2.5 hours to listen to. So, oh my God, come back after the intro. Welcome back, everybody. So, I am going to tell you what. This book here came a couple weeks ago. It is my first Matt Shaw book. Yes, I have I have two of his other books right there, but I've never read them. Knowing that this one takes place on Halloween, at Halloween time, and so does this one, Benny Rose and the Cannibal King, I thought, what the hell, I'm going to do them both and do a review before the weekend. Oh my, excuse my French, fucking God, I was shocked and disgusted so much, but let's get into them. So before I get into the reviews, those of you that have followed me for a long time, you guys know that I'm the biggest chicken shit when it comes to going into Halloween haunted houses. Yeah, I get so scared. And Bruce just thinks it's the funniest thing. Yeah, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'4". I'm kind of a big guy. I'm like this big. I'm the size of Lily when it comes to going into these haunted houses. So, I'm gonna read to you guys what I wrote, because these are both really, really short. I guess you would call them novellas. So I don't want to give any spoilers away. But I'm gonna tell you something. I gotta take a sip of water really quick. Tangerine mango, it's so good. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, both of these reviews are spoiler free. So let me throw on my readers. And yes, I just got a haircut this morning. So, here's my review for the Funhouse on my Goodreads account. I'm going to do this one first. So, let me see if I can explain to you what this book is about. Because it doesn't have anything on the back cover except Matt Shaw's picture. And there's nothing on the inside, just the printing date. I'm gonna show you guys how big the print is. The print in this book was really, really, really big. And I think that, yes, there's a scary balloon on every chapter. But here's what the chapters look like. Boy likes girl. Now, yes, you guys know I'm not prudish when it comes to my language. Yeah, you guys know that, those of you that have followed me for a long, long time. But look at one of these chapter titles. Yeah, that's a chapter title. 2 chapters after that, girl likes girl. But, yeah. And then, yeah, another one like that. So, let me read what this book is supposed to be about. It says, yeah, now Matt Shaw is known for his black book covers for being extreme horror. This one, I think, is just clever because the picture is what sold me on buying this book. Let me see. So this is what it says on Amazon. There is a derelict house at the end of the street. For all but one day of the year, it remains boarded up with strict punishments in place for those foolish enough to trespass. On the day it is open, Halloween, the nearby neighbors gather outside of its old doors and watch on large screens what happens within the crumbling walls. Inside the maze-like building, a lone survivor, trapped within for entertainment purposes, goes from room to room in a desperate bid to escape, unaware that potential death looms in each and every nook and cranny. Outside, the viewers cheer and clap as they stuff their faces with cotton candy and hot dogs. They laugh and reminisce about years gone by and other people who tried to find the exit. As the survivor fights for his life, they place their bets. Welcome to the Funhouse. Okay, now, oh my God. So I'm gonna tell you, here's what I wrote about this book. Like I said, I won't give any spoilers. I won't ruin anything. But I'm going to tell you what. This book is not for everyone. Now, with me being an openly gay man, a lot of people had problems with the way that Matt Shaw handles his LGBTQ plus characters. I love this. So here's what I wrote. In heavy-set black, I wrote, packs the most disturbing, sick, and revolting Halloween season violence you will ever read in just 154 pages. Matt Shaw has written an extreme horror novella that I will never forget. Loved it, though it sickened me to my stomach more than once. So there it is in black, bold letters. Now, I said, so when I had seen that this book was coming out at the end of the summer, I thought, okay, I have still not read any of my Matt Shaw, so I will give this short one a try. OMFG. In just 154 pages, you will discover the sick and evil and pure horror that lives in the minds of some people that you will never forget. This book takes place on a street in the UK somewhere, and Halloween is approaching. And this is Erin's most favorite day of the year. And what girl would not love to be proposed to on Halloween? What her boyfriend does not know is that Erin has a connection with the most disturbing Halloween funhouse. And let me tell you, this is not that kind of funhouse. Warnings. And then I wrote in all capital letters, extreme sexual violence, scenes of gore that will stay with you for a long time after finishing, graphic scenes of sexual mutilations and cannibalism. This, if you can stomach parts of it, is one book that I would recommend to anybody if you like the Hostel films and or movies like the original 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Can't say I didn't warn ya. I loved it. I know after reading the above that sounds kind of sick, but it was so cleverly thought out and written. I gave it 5. Yeah. You guys, I'm not joking. This book, now, Erin is a girl. Erin is a girl that is the mayor's daughter. And I'm not going to say anybody's names, just Erin's. So when this young man falls in love with her, he falls hard. And, he tells Erin, it's like in September, and him and Erin are shopping at like a Halloween store, like a spirit shop in the UK, and she's kind of being bitchy, and he's wondering, wow, what's wrong with her, you know? So anyway, he still tells his friend after him and Erin come home that he's in love with Erin and that he wants to go buy her an engagement ring. And his friend said, well, did you ask her dad? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you know, you should still ask her dad for her hand in marriage before you just go buy a ring. So he does. He approaches the mayor, and he goes and knocks on the front door. And when the mayor opens the door, and this guy doesn't immediately ask for Erin, he says, yes, you can. And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, well, I noticed you have a box. He said, yes. He said, you can, ask for my daughter's hand in marriage. However, I would recommend to you that you propose to her on Halloween. That's her most favorite day of the year. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am not saying anything else. This book was so disturbing and so shocking in parts that oh my God, it sickened me to my stomach. Now, this book being self-published, there are some misspelled words. However, it did not affect the way that I loved this book. I thought the representation of the gay characters were phenomenal, but I'm going to tell you something. So there's a scene in the book where Erin and her boyfriend and his friend are, looking at this house, and Erin tells him all about, Halloween in this town is so cool. Everybody, it's a huge street fest. Everybody just gets into the spirit. Well, they go to look at this house. They're walking by this house. And this is exactly how I pictured the house the way it was in the book. And his friend is saying, I'm surprised this house hasn't been bulldozed. And she's like, what do you mean? She said, don't you know what this house is? And he's like, no. And she said, this is where Hans lived. And both the guys are like, Hans, who's that? And she's like, oh, he was a serial killer. Everybody knows about Hans. When I grew up, everybody knew that, he would prey on gay men, and he would dismember them, and, and she said something to the guys that, oh my God. Last night when I went to bed, I actually thought of this book. I'm not going to say anything else. All I'm going to say is, if you love a good, graphic, yet so much fun, Halloween-themed horror novel that's a quick read, you can read this in just under a couple hours. It's only 154 pages. And like I said, between the chapters, there are 2 or 3 blank pages. So, yeah, and then the next page, the print is so huge, and it's like reading a Fun with Dick and Jane book, but oh my God, the graphic violence, you cannot say I didn't warn you. So the second book I'm going to get into is this one here. The reason I'm popping up the cover of the book is because I listened to it on Scribd. Now, I listened to this yesterday in just a couple hours. It's considered a novella. Haley Piper is an author that, this is number, I think, 3 in the Do or Die books. And this is the cover of the audiobook. It's kind of like a coffin with hands coming up around it. You guys, I had never heard of Haley Piper. I saw this when I was searching for a horror book on my Scribd account, and I thought, oh my God, this sounds right up my alley. So I thought, I'm going to read it. Well, I started listening to it. Not read it, but you know what I mean. Now, I am going to tell you, I'll read to you what the book is about. So once again, I'm going to have to go to Amazon. Okay, this is the cover of the book. It says, "The perfect neighborhood, silence, smiles, not a child in sight." Here's the cover of the physical book. See the graphic, scary face in the background of the eyeless person, and then the House of Flame, and then right there, there's a skull. It says number 3 in the Do or Die books. I'm going to read you what it says about this book. It says, here's what it says. Blackwood, Vermont has one legend to its name, Benny Rose the Cannibal King. Every local kid knows him and tells his stories, especially on Halloween. When a new girl moves to town in the autumn of 1987, the legend inspires high school junior Desiree St. Fleur and her friends to pull a Benny Rose themed prank. A few laughs and screams and they'll have a happy Halloween, but a vicious storm crashes into Blackwood and interrupts the festivities. Soon the girls find themselves trapped and hunted in a strange neighborhood where no one will help them. There's nothing made up about Benny Rose this Halloween night. The truth is coming and it's hungry. Haley Piper is a major new voice in the horror genre, and Benny Rose, the Cannibal King, is the perfect place to start. With her work, a short and magnificent shock to the system, this one has got everything. Great characters, fantastic vintage horror vibes, and a terrifying urban legend at the center of it all. Okay. Here we go again. And by the way, I gave the Funhouse 5. Oh yeah, I already showed you the 5 little symbols. So here's what I wrote. So I said, here's my review on my Goodreads account. Having never read anything by Haley Piper, I had not a clue what to expect. Oh my God, this is one sick as hell urban legend / dead teenagers / Halloween revenge prank book that I have ever read. Get ready for a quick 3-hour listen and or read. And the sexual cannibalism gore is extreme, but so much scary fun. The town of Blackwood, Vermont has an urban legend. Doesn't the town or city where you live have one? I know we did. We had Fat Jake, and he lived just like 2 blocks away from us, but he was a real person. It wasn't an urban legend until we found out later when I was in high school what he had actually done. Gabrielle is the new girl. Wait a minute. Doesn't the town or city where you live have one? The story of Benny Rose, the Cannibal King, is one that you are not soon to ever forget. Gabrielle is the new girl in town and she has just moved in with her grandmother, who lives in a senior citizen community where everyone sticks to their own business, and not a one of them talks or speaks of Benny Rose. Now, this is a town where Halloween does not end at 12 midnight. No, it does not. And when the high school mean girls Sierra and Desiree plan a slumber party on Halloween night with their boyfriends secretly involved, they plan a Halloween prank to scare the shit out of Gabrielle. And man, oh man, does it work. But is Benny Rose real, or was it all a town's way of scaring the local kids? The graphic and extreme gore in this short and quickly to scare book was so well written by Piper that I had no idea where it was going to go. Warnings. Extreme scenes of cannibalism of kids, sexual dismemberment, and graphic scenes of gore. I loved it. Get ready to meet the most scary of any urban legend out there, the one of Benny Rose, the Cannibal King. I gave it 5 butcher knives and blood drops. I am telling you what, to think that this beautiful young woman of an author, and if you look pictures of Haley Piper up, she's actually a very beautiful woman. And there's a character in the book that she kind of describes based on herself. I am telling you what, this book will grab you. It grabbed me when I was listening to it. It grabbed me from the very first opening scene. And Benny Rose is one character that, oh my God, I don't want to say I felt sorry for him, but when you find out what is going on in this book, it is very, I don't know why my camera is moving. I'm not even touching it, but it's moving. Lily, I swear to God, if Lily has something to do with this. But anyway, back to Benny Rose. Oh my God, the graphic scenes of victims being burned and their skin peeling off and their blisters, and on the Halloween night when these girls are running from house to house begging for people to help them, and it just takes me back to the original Halloween movie and when I saw it in the theaters in 1978, and those scenes of Jamie Lee Curtis running up to the door saying, help, help, open the door, help me. And people are like, I've been Halloweened and trick-or-treated to death. You guys don't know what it is. You guys, when you read this or listen to it, it was so much fun that if I had read or had both of these books already under my belt, they both would have been in the top 5 of my 20 recommendations. So once again, I give both of these books a huge 5 thumbs up. And blood, gore, extreme horror, fun, Halloween, messed up, mess with your dreams and your nightmares. But I'm telling you what, I will think twice before yeah, and this is going out to Adriana, Tammy, Christy. I will think twice before I ever go in another Halloween haunted house, because you know what? Oh my God. And yeah, just be ready. If you love to be scared and if you love graphic violence, pick them both up. They're good. And if you guys haven't done so already, I would love it if you hit the subscribe button right there. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know if you've read either of these books and what you thought of them down in the basement. I really want to know if you guys have read either of these books and what you thought. I loved them. I will read them probably annually or listen to them annually. But they're perfect for Halloween, you guys. Oh my God. Just remember to stay scared. Pick up a good scary book. It's good for you. It keeps your heart going. Keeps your nightmares going and the screams in the middle of the night. Yeah, Chris, that goes out to you. Sorry, man. Sorry you have to go through that. I know I'm part of it, but I loved it. You guys take care of yourselves. Stay scared. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to eat lunch. Bruce is making pizza. So you guys take care. Pick up both of these books. They're great. If you have a Scribd account, listen to Benny Rose, the Cannibal King. You will not soon forget it. Take care, you guys. I'm Richard with Nightmares Anyone. I'll see you in the next one.